Alright, what is going on, guys? So in today's video, we're going to be talking about something a little controversial that's going on in the community right now. You may or may not have heard about this, but basically it's actually something that I have stated is a bug for the longest time, and it's to do with my boy Sim Supreme. You guys know that I'm a big fan of Sim Supreme. If you look, these are my Mystic 5 stars, and he's the only one I have at rank 5. He's like the only Mystic champ I genuinely like and think is pretty good in this game, aside from like Magic, but I don't have her. But it's all to do with this one little ability here. So in his second blessing here, Null's Shadow, if we look in the last line of text there, it reads, while active, gain a 15% chance to place a stagger passive on the opponent lasting 10 seconds each time Symbiote Supreme is struck by or blocks the opponent. Well-timed blocks increases the chance to 100%. So now, originally reading this, I thought, okay, when I parry, I'm going to place a stagger on the opponent, 100% chance, right? That's what I initially thought reading this. And throughout playing with Symbiote Supreme for the last year, just about, he's came out in October of last year, so I've had him at rank 5 probably for the last, I don't know, like 6 months or something, 8 months, I don't even know. I had him for quite a while, though. So I always thought it was 100%, but I would parry, and it wouldn't apply the stagger even when I'm at 100 genetic potential. So I'm like, okay, it must be bugged. Something must be going on here. And I never really thought about it too much because it honestly wasn't that big of a deal. It's really not that big of a deal when you're playing Symbiote Supreme. It doesn't change him that much. Sometimes when you parry, it does apply, and when it does apply, it feels good, and then other times it doesn't. It's like, well, I don't really know what's going on here because it's bugged. That was the worst part about it for me, is just because I don't really know what's going on. Like, I don't know the actual percent of what it's supposed to be. So Kabam has never said anything about this, and people have stated on the forums that it's a bug. And finally, just now, this month in August, I think it was on the 24th, we get a response from Kabam, like an official response. So now let's go take a look at that, and now let's talk about this. So that's the bug that is the main issue here. So Kabam Mike says, hey summoners, we wanted to give an update on some of the issues raised here. The next game update will be updating the description of Null's Shadow to clarify that well-timed blocks trigger stagger with a 50% chance. Despite the error in the description, this is the percentage chance that is intended for Symbiote Supreme. After many back and forth conversations and tests, we had to make the decision to keep it as it is now, which is 50%. Any higher percentage would make Symbiote Supreme much more powerful than he already is in this area, which is not something that this champion needs. We apologize for confusion caused by this description error. And then the other line of text below that is for a different bug, apparently, where he's not nullifying all the buffs at the start of the fight, which does happen from time to time. So this is what Kabam Mike has said. So it says we had to make this decision to keep it as it is now, which is 50%. So that means right now that it should be 50%, which I don't know if that's the case or not, because like I said, you don't know. But if it is actually 50%, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because, yes, it's not 100%, and would 100% be OP? It would make it easier in stun immune matches where you're fighting like the champion boss, where you're parrying, you could stack up a bunch of staggers, and it would be easy to get a lot of staggers in this state. So at 50%, it's okay. I'm okay with it. And now I've been hearing a lot from people that Symbiote Supreme's getting nerfed. Now he's not getting nerfed, guys. He's not changing in any way. All they're doing is changing his description. So he's going to play exactly the same. So he's not being nerfed. But does this make sense? I've also been hearing people say that this is Kabam's way of not making him stronger so that they can get more money out of us, stuff like that. Now, is that the case? Because it says 100% in the abilities, right? So was this a mistake? An honest mistake from Kabam? Or are they now trying to get more money from us? And I don't know the answer to that question definitively, but I've been reading through this forum and reading what people have been saying, and a good point was really brought up where if we take a look at Symbiote Supreme's abilities, so he has 3 phases, right? 3 phases where he can apply staggers on the opponent. So let's take a look at the first one, how you apply those staggers, right, through his abilities. So while the cunning pass. This is the phase you start with. Let's just call it cunning. While this passive is active, gain a 5% chance to place a stagger passive on the opponent, lasting 10 seconds on each basic attack hit. 5%. Critical hits increase the chance to 50%. So, yeah, right here, there's no 100% chance for it to happen. You have a 5% on just any hit, and if you crit, a 50% chance. All right. Now let's read the final phase, Set Fangs. So to apply staggers, it's the last box of text. Each hit on a special attack gains a 50% chance to place a stagger passive on the opponent, lasting 10 seconds. The next time a staggered enemy triggers a buff, that buff will be immediately nullified. So notice something, that the first two have, or the first blessing and the third blessing have in common. They're both 50% chances. Here, on each hit of a special attack, it's a 50% chance. And on this one, it's when you crit in this mode, it's a 50% chance. So the fact that these are both 50% chance, it makes sense that Kabam would intend for this one on a parry for it to also be a 50% chance, because there's a pattern. So it makes sense. So why would this mode be 100% while the other modes only grant a 50% chance? When you look at it like that, it actually makes sense that it could have just been an error in the text. So looking at it that way, it gives me reason to believe Kabam in this instance. I don't know for certain. Just looking, seeing a pattern here and finding that pattern, it makes sense to me. I'm not sure what you guys think. I look forward to reading the comments on this video. I usually try not to talk about too controversial stuff like this because sometimes people don't like my opinion, but I felt the need to make a video about this because I play Sim Supreme so much. I have a lot of content on him. A lot of people look to me for tips on him, so I just felt the need to talk about it here. So yeah, it really does make sense to me that it could be 50%, and that's what was originally intended. I also read something that said right now it's acting as a 30% chance because it reads when you block, it's a 15% chance, and when you parry, it increases the chance to 100%. They thought maybe that meant as 100% of 15%, so it goes to 30%. So right now maybe it is acting as 30%, which I don't think that's the case, but it could be. And if that is the case, if it's currently acting as 30% right now to place a stagger passive on the opponent when you parry, then in the next update it will be increased to 50%. So if that's the case, I don't think that is, but if it is, then technically he would actually be getting buffed. But again, I don't know if that is the case or not. But either way, what this means is that now we know that it's a 50% chance when you're playing Sim Supreme, when you're in the Null Shadow mode. When you parry, there's a 50% chance to apply a stagger passive to the opponent. So honestly, I'm just happy that I know what it is now. I know what the chance is. I don't have to go, oh, this is so stupid, it's bugged, why am I not placing a stagger on the opponent? Like, this is just dumb. Like, because that's what makes me mad, when I don't know, when it's bugged and I just, like, it should be working. I'm under the impression that it should be a certain way, and then it's not working that way. So either way, I'm just happy that it is, that it will know the actual percentage now. So yeah, that's really the way I try to look at it, and I don't look at it as Sim Supreme being nerfed, because he's not going to function any different. They're not taking away abilities. They're not, like, it's all good. He's going to be acting the same way. So don't need to really be mad that he's getting nerfed or anything like that. It's all good. He's still going to be a beast in the matchups that makes him a beast where there's buffs. He's still going to be great for nullifying those buffs. And now it'll just be easier to know the chance to get those staggers up in the opponent. So yeah, I just kind of felt the need to talk about this. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think. Just kind of the way I'm trying to look at it. Like, I'm not on anyone's side here. I'm not on Kabam's side. I'm not on people that hate Kabam's side. I'm just telling you my opinion, the way I perceive things from a very veteran Sim Supreme player. I played this guy first in the content creator program, so before he was out. After I played him, I wanted him so bad. I finally got him as soon as his featured crystal came out. Got him on the first crystal, immediately ranked 5'd him, been playing him ever since. So I have a lot of experience playing him, and honestly, I can tell you he's not getting nerfed. So yeah, unless there's a bug with him in the next update, which could very well happen. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed my thoughts. Please let me know your opinions. Leave them down in the comments below. Let's try to keep it nothing too hateful, though. All right. But yeah, that's going to do it. Drop a like if you enjoy. Subscribe if you like to see more content. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.